At the beginning of my Amnesia the Dark Descent review, I made sure to explain the difference between horror and terror. At the beginning of this, my final lament, the torn throat of a franchise and end of all things good and holy, my Amnesia, a Machine for Pigs review, I find myself tempted to explain the difference between horror bull and terror bull. This perpendicular sequel removes the inventory, health, sanity system, candles, lantern oil, non-essential interactive items, puzzles that don't require flipping a switch or turning a knob, rooms that deviate from the predetermined linear path, transforming scenery that can injure you, challenge, mystery, and fun present in the original game. I read on TV Tropes and Wikipedia that these changes were purposely made by the developer's Chinese room to differentiate Machine for Pigs from its predecessor because they worried that fans of the original game would have become bored with just more of the same. And that may have worked had Chinese Room actually injected something new into the formula to replace everything they tore away. I wasted $2 and 4 hours of my life on this soulless walking simulator, and to be perfectly honest, if I wanted to experience the life story of an unscary man who watches his children bathe and poop, I'd have just read Stephen King's autobiography instead. Supposedly, Amnesia Piggly Wiggly shed its gameplay in order to focus on the story, but the story is so sparse and the writing so by the numbers that if you couldn't figure out the plot twist in the first 5 minutes, you need to pedal your tricycle down to the helmet shop and get yourself fitted for a deluxe model with a drool cup. Because, much like Amnesia, a Machine for Pigs, you are a disappointment on a genetic level. Floating turds and walls that fail to render aren't scary. Only the horrific load times and occasional game crashes kept me on the edge of my seat. At times, the game's logic completely breaks, and you'll have to drop chairs on your head to clip through walls and fly on the tops of pig carcasses to advance. As much as Machine for Pigs tries to copy better games like Call of Cthulhu Dark Corners of the Earth towards the end, where the multiculturalism Israel wants for every country but their own is temporarily enacted, the ham-fisted, no pun intended, attempts at gravitas comes off like the rant of Dr. Smith from Lost in Space.
I am off to market. I will cry all the way home. I will have none. I will have none at all. Oh dear, the pain! Give me back the dear, dear sweet boys that any moron can figure out are already dead, you clinking, clanking, clattering, colliginous collection of oddly odoriferous and verbosely vociferous junk!